Can I just talk in that?
Put it on your shirt.
In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that the land upon which we gather is unceded people territory. And to be found started by the historic treaties of peace and friendship. We pay our respects to the indigenous people who occupied this island for over 12,000 years. Now, welcome me, join me in welcoming to the microphone, Lonnie State.
Black History Month is the month we're celebrating right now. It started January 31st. It goes till February 28th. Black History Month gives us the opportunity to become aware of Black legacies in all areas of our province and our country. Here in PEI, through the Black Cultural Society, this year's theme is rooted in legacy rising together. As we celebrate Black History Month, I am reminded of one of the earliest lessons my parents, my grandparents, and my community taught me. If we stand confident, strong, tall in our skin, in our abilities, we can shape others within our communities and in our worlds. Thank you, and let's move forward together.
Today, performed live by Constable Tim Kaiser.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Catonda se corte de peyer, il se corte l'acqua. Ton histoire est une épopée et plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Ladies and gentlemen, Constable Tim Kaiser.
Good Sunday evening, everyone, and welcome to downtown Charlottetown, live from the campus of Holland College at the MCCE. Second game in as many days between the visiting Mount St. Vincent Mystics and the hometown Holland College Hurricanes. Two teams played yesterday, with Mount St. Vincent coming out with a 95-85 win. They sit atop the second in the ACAA standings, 12-2 coming into this one. They're on a 12-game win streak. Holland College 5-8. I'm going to talk more about their record later on and why this game is important, as well as another game happening out of town. Key players here for the Hurricanes. Zach Dawkins, who you see in the middle of your screen, did not play yesterday, and he's a key player for the Hurricanes. Could be an energy battery that they need to get things going here in their final game of the weekend. He slots into the starting lineup after being out yesterday. No changes to the Mount St. Vincent starting lineup. And you see Chase Tynes, number 6, taking the jump ball and winning it to Isaiah Cromwell Wright. Leading scorer in the conference, Cromwell Wright, on the board early here in this one. He had 21 points yesterday. Jarrell Tomlinson stops and pops for 2, ties the game up early on. And here's Tynes. Watched by Spencer Rossiter. Tynes dishes it off to Ben Kearney into the corner for Cromwell right. Adam Callahan for 3. He's not afraid to shoot from beyond the arc. Had 4 yesterday. Dawkins is back the other way, spins and shoots off the side of the rim, rebounded by Cromwell Wright. Up ahead quickly for Ben Kearney. Kearney into the middle, leaves it for Callahan. Callahan off balance, layup doesn't go, and it's Jarrell Tomlinson back the other way for the Hurricanes. Stops and shoots once again, carbon copy. Jarrell Tomlinson, all 4 of the Hurricanes' points in the opening minute and change here. Tynes leads the ACAA in a whole bunch of categories. There's Callahan down low to Keegan Farron. Farron in on Owen Parsons. Left-hand hook shot doesn't go, and it's Spencer Rossiter back the other way for the Hurricanes. Rossiter dishes it off to Dawkins. Looking for someone, finds Quentin Martin. Called for the travel. Martin had a game-high 25 points yesterday. 3 players for the Mystics had 4 3-pointers in yesterday's game. Cromwell Wright being one of them. Callahan and Nate Titus were the other 2. But here's Cromwell Wright all the way across the court to Callahan. Quick pass back in for Tynes. Mentioned he's the league leader in a lot of categories. Draws the foul there. Still waiting to see who the foul is going to be on. It is on Owen Parsons. Tynes nothing but net on his first attempt. Two for 2 from the line goes Chase Tynes. Ties the game back up. Dawkins now on Tynes. That's going to be a matchup to watch. Tynes may have gotten a fingertip on that shot. Rossiter gets the offensive rebound and draws the foul. Foul's on Adam Callahan.
Mystics foul on the player Adam Callahan. His first team's first of the quarter. Rossiter at the line to shoot 2.
Rossiter good on the first attempt. Rossiter leads the ACAA in steals. He's got 35 on the season. I mentioned Chase Tynes leads in a lot of categories, including assists. We'll talk more about that in a second, as that's off of Tomlinson and out. Chase Tynes has 91 assists on the season. That's 23 more than the next most in the conference. And that's a big reason why, but a big block there by Parsons on the great feed by Tynes to Keegan Farron. Behind the back, Dawkins to Tomlinson. And it's the Jarrell Tomlinson show early on here for Holland College. He's got 6 of their 7 points. Cromwell right down low. Farron couldn't handle it. And Rossiter draws the jump ball. I believe possession will go to the Hurricanes. So Farron struggling to find his footing down low. He's only averaging in the neighborhood of 4 points a game. Nate Titus off the bench averages in double digits. One of 5 Mystics who averages double-digit points per game. Here's one of them, Tynes. Relatively quiet game yesterday as far as his standards go on the score sheet, but had a bunch of assists. Big block there by Dawkins. Tynes with the rebound and the score. And I mentioned Dawkins and Tynes. You can see he'll expect a lot of that this afternoon. Those two colliding with each other. Cromwell Wright with the steal. Tynes bounces it up ahead for Farron. Farron now for Kearney. Kearney back for Cromwell Wright. Calmly puts up a three, but Rossiter there to take the rebound away. Rossiter crossing over Kearney. Nice play there by Rossiter, driving to the hoop to extend the lead now to 3 for Holland College. Callahan for Farron, guarded by Rossiter. Callahan shoulders his way in on Dawkins. Kearney outweights Martin, but disrupted there by Parsons. Now it's Rossiter looking for a lane again, goes through the legs, finds Tomlinson. Jarrell Tomlinson, that shot well off the mark, and it's Farron there to collect it. Tynes up ahead very quickly to Kearney. Now they'll settle things down. Tynes, I think he wanted Farron to cut through the lane. Finds Cromwell Wright, who stops and shoots off the side of the rim, rebounded by Farron, and draws a foul on Parsons. Already the second foul of the game on Owen Parsons. So 2 fouls for Parsons will likely sideline him for most of the quarter. Dawkins carrying it ahead for the Hurricanes. Swings it over to Jarrell Tomlinson. He finds some space. And they're going to call that a shooting foul. Definitely contact made by Kearney. Thought it was well before a shot was going up. They're going to call it on the floor. The initial signal had been for 2 shots, but Jarrell Tomlinson again up with it. Good on the layup for the Hurricanes as they extend their lead. They now lead 11-6. It was a very back and forth game yesterday for much of the first half. Blocked on one end by Parsons. Dawkins behind the back to Tomlinson. And there you see Tomlinson going up for one of his several points on the afternoon so far. It was back and forth for a lot of the first half yesterday, but 31 points in the third quarter by Mansley Vincent put them up to a lead that Holland College just couldn't come back from. Well, we have a minute. We have a final score from Moncton. Crandall beating Mount Allison 83-66. That is important because that puts Crandall up to 6-8 on the season. Holland coming into this game at 5-8, so a loss here for Holland would now drop them into 5th place in the standings, below Crandall. Oh, crap. Sorry, I was looking at yesterday's score. Crandall does have a lead in Moncton against Mount Allison, though. Farron in, and charge called on Keegan Farron. Again, my apologies. I was looking at yesterday's score between Crandall and Mount A. They are still playing. But as I said, Crandall has a big lead. Jarrell Tomlinson already with 8 points in the game for Holland College. He averages 6.6 coming in as Zach Dawkins for 3 extends the lead to 8. And there's Quentin Martin with the steal. Fights off Chase Tynes, can't get the layup to go. Tynes up ahead for Adam Callahan. He leaves it for Isaiah Cromwell Wright. And the leading scorer in the conference gets it to Kearney. And Jason Tomlinson doesn't like the call. Refs will call the contact, and Kearney will go to the line to shoot 2 to try and cut into the deficit. Kearney misses the first shot. Kearney missing both free throws. So Holland College with a chance to extend their lead again here. Zokin spins in, puts that home. Zach Dawkins on a 5-0 run right now. Now here's Nate Titus. He had a big game yesterday. Had 21 points off the bench, including 4 3-pointers. As Cromwell Wright turns it over. And it's Dawkins again, goes behind the back. Nice dish there to Jason Tomlinson off the glass. As the Canes extend their lead well into double digits now. And Spencer Rossiter forcing a steal, and that's off of Lecky and out. Good defensive pressure there by Rossiter. Canes with a 12-point lead over halfway through the first quarter. Rossiter for 3. That off-balance shot misses. Lecky there for the rebound. Over to Kearney. Ben Kearney, bounce pass down low to Chase Tynes. Tynes goes up with it, misses the layup. And it's Dawkins once again back the other way. Lost the handle on it. Cromwell Wright comes away with the steal. Now Kearney for Lecky. Lecky up top for Cromwell Wright. Conference's leading scorer over to Titus. Nate Titus for 3, rims out. Rossiter there for the rebound. And Rossiter. And they're going to call a foul on Cromwell Wright. And a pair of subs coming in. Trio of subs, excuse me, for the Canes. Jaden Martin into the game now, along with Vashon Ford and Darrell Bedminster. Bedminster down to Ford. Ford had a really good game in the paint yesterday. Misses his first shot there. Lecky comes away with the rebound. Nice move by Tynes there. But Darrell Bedminster from behind picks his pocket. And now it's Jaden Martin up ahead for Tomlinson. Back for Martin. Bounce pass into the paint for Tomlinson. Nice finish there. And the lead is now 14 for the Canes. Lucky now. Pick and roll there by Chase Tynes. Kicks it out for Cromwell Wright. Off the back of the rim. Rebounded there by Titus. He bounces it down low for Tynes and draws the foul there. Foul on Jason Tomlinson. So Cromwell Wright to the line to shoot 2. Both teams have 4 fouls in the quarter. So the next foul for each team will put them into the bonus. Cromwell Wright good on the first attempt. Cuts the lead down to 13. Khalil Smith into the game now. Bedminster back to Martin. Bedminster for 3 off the back of the rim. Lecky there with the rebound. Callahan up ahead for Cromwell Wright. Isaiah Cromwell Wright in on Khalil Smith. Smith gets the block and Ford takes the rebound away. Dawkins in for Smith. Nice feed there. Khalil Smith with the finish. It's a 15-point Hurricane lead. Here's Lecky for three, just off the mark. Rebounded again by Dawkins. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Dawkins behind the back again. Draws the foul. Callahan, the guilty party there. You see him pleading his case to the official. Bonus in effect, so Dawkins will go to the line to shoot two. 1:39 left in the quarter. Worth noting, Callahan now the only Mystic starter on the floor. Dawkins the only Hurricane starter. Dawkins extends the lead now to 16. Believe we're missing a point on a free throw here on the scoreboard as Lecky goes in and cashes in. And it is 23-10 the score, so they were missing a point on the scoreboard. Bedminster now on the logo, over to Smith. Smith had a nice finish a moment ago. Bedminster and draws the foul and has a chance to complete the three-point play. Nice take by Bedminster on Callahan. That's already the third foul of the game on Adam Callahan. Key player for the Mystics, so something to watch there. He had 18 points yesterday. One of the key three-point shooters in the league. Bedminster opens the lead back up to 16. As there you see Chase Tynes back on the court now for the Mystics. He came in for Callahan. Wonder how much of him we'll see in the rest of the first half now with 3 fouls in the game. Tynes gets around Ford, and it's a hoop in the harm at the other end. Chase Tynes cashes in. Vashon Ford called for the foul. Probably could have called Khalil Smith for that as well. And one of the players on the Mount St. Vincent bench getting a warning. So a bench warning assessed there. And Tynes misses the free throw. No one there for Mount St. Vincent to rebound. So the Hurricanes will easily come away. Up 14, maybe one possession left for each team. As Martin takes the shot, that's short. Ford battling for the rebound, taken there by Mackay Paris. Paris up ahead quickly, leaves it for Lecky. Lecky now. Bounce pass down low, Justin Grant back up top for Paris for three off the front of the rim. Lecky crashing the board for the rebound. Taken there by Bedminster, and the jump ball forced. Nice hustle by Lecky to keep that in play. And it'll be Mystic ball on the side court. 25.4 seconds left in the quarter. 11 on the shot clock. Tynes almost wasn't expecting that pass, it looked like. All the way across the court to Paris. Knocked out of bounds by Jaden Martin. Heads up Adam Callahan on the bench. That came right at him with a lot of speed behind it. Inbound to Tynes. 5 on the shot clock now. Tynes trying to draw the foul, doesn't get one. And it's back the other way. And it'll be Hurricanes ball still. That buzzer you heard was the shot clock going off. No shot clock now, 11.8 seconds left in the quarter. Jaden Martin. Into the corner for Rossiter. Had to go way up to get that one. 5 in the quarter now. Rossiter well back. Now looking for a lane. Lost the handle on the ball, and that's going to do it for the quarter. Tough break for the Hurricanes there, but they're not going to complain about being up 14 against second place Mount St. Vincent. Going into the first quarter break. We'll step aside for a moment and rejoin you momentarily for second quarter action between Mount St. Vincent and Holland College.
Games apparel also available. Hoodies just $40. This fancy watermelon just $5. Legs, taps, features, and more. Visit the Canes concession today.
Getting set to rejoin the action here in Charlottetown. Score update from Moncton. Crandall leading by 15 over Mount A after 3 quarters. Again, that game is important to Holland College for standings reasons. Crandall and Holland came into today tied at 5-8. Crandall appears to be on their way to a win, so they would go to 6-8. And Holland with an early lead here, that would keep pace. Rossler inbounds to Bedminster. And that's Quentin Martin called for the carry. And worth noting in the Crandall-Holland College standing situation as well, Crandall has the season series, 2-1. So in the event that they remain tied in the standings, Crandall would get the higher placing. Lecky for 3 off the pass from Tynes. That's off the mark. Parsons there for the rebound. Martin over to Bedminster. Bedminster now. Watched by Justin Grant. Over to Bedminster. Directing traffic back to Martin. Into the corner for Rossiter. Rossiter down low to Tomlinson. Tomlinson and Tynes having a good physical battle there. Tomlinson gets the better of it again. He's into double-digit points in the game now. As here's Mackay Paris looking to answer. Lecky, long-range jumper, gets it to go. That'll cut into the deficit. 28-14 the score now. Rossiter to Parsons. Parsons wanted Martin down low, but didn't end up pulling the trigger on the pass. Bedminster gets around the screen. Bumped there by Paris, still gets it to go anyway. As Holland continues to counter every basket that Mount St. Vincent gets. Paris now stops, drops for Tynes. Tynes goes up. He's got 8 points in the game now. Half of the Mystic points off the hand of Chase Tynes. Tomlinson up again, that's short. And Titus away with the rebound. Titus drops it off for Mackay Paris. Wide open 3 is short, and Rossiter takes control of the rebound. Rossiter looking to get around Tynes, kicks it back up top for Bedminster. Parsons over to Martin. Martin for Parsons. Long range 2. Owen Parsons off the mark. And Paris, the only player around to get the rebound. Grant the other way as he'll go up for a 3-point shot. That's no good. Rossiter does well to keep it in play off the face of Owen Parsons. And it's Quentin Martin back the other way. Draws the foul from Mackay Paris. And some scrambly play by both teams here. And Cromwell right back into the game now. Again, he's the ACAA's leading scorer coming into this game, averaging well over 20 points a game. Two and a half minutes into the second quarter. Holland College up 14. Martin off the screen, set by Tomlinson. Leaves it for Rossiter. Open three. Bank shot by Spencer Rossiter. And the Canes lead by 17. Cromwell right for Tynes. Grant for Lucky. That's a three-point shot. Anthony Lucky. Maybe that'll get the Mystics back into it, but they need to stop defensively. Deficit is 14. Hurricanes with the ball. Rossiter, nice crossover there. Bounce pass down low to Parsons. Gets his own rebound a couple times. Third chance opportunity, can't cash in. And now we get a foul called on Rossiter, as Parsons with three chances right underneath the hoop. Couldn't cash in. And we get a timeout called, and now we're going to get a Tomlinson highlight package. Combination Jarrell and Jason. Really great piece on the ACAA website this week that you can find by Holland College student Noel Arneson on the Tomlinson brothers and the Martin brothers finding their way to Holland College and playing together from the Greater Toronto area. And it's Jarrell Tomlinson, a big reason why the Canes are up by as much as they're up right now. $10 points in the game. Again, only averaging 6.6 points a game coming in. And Zach Dawkins with 8 points after not playing yesterday. And the three-point shooting was a story for Mount St. Vincent yesterday in their win. They're 1 for 10 right now. So it's a story this afternoon, but for the opposite reason. That make by Lecky the only successful three-point shot for the Mystics so far through the first 13 minutes and 10 seconds of game action. Out of town, Crandall still holding on to their 15-point lead against Mount A in the fourth quarter now. Would expect that final score to roll through at some point during halftime of this game. Again, a game with big implications to the Hurricanes as far as the standings go. Kearney goes up with it. Farron battling for the rebound, and Rossiter did well to try and keep it in, but was out of bounds when he left his feet, so possession will swing back to the Mystics. Tynes inbounds to Cromwell right for three. That shot no good, and now Farron back to Titus. Titus goes up, contested shot, rattles around the basket. That's no good, and it'll be Holland College basketball. Jaden Martin back into the game, up ahead for Rossiter. Rossiter gives it to Dawkins. Dawkins picks up the dribble, tried to bounce it to Parsons. Tynes knocked it away, but it went right to Rossiter. Now Dawkins maybe thought about a three-point shot. Steps back, fadeaway jumper off the front of the rim. Rebound corralled by Tynes. Thought about a breakaway pass. Decided against it. Now he gets it into Titus. Titus outweights all the Holland College defenders, but can't get the shot to go. Then he shoulders his way in on Parsons. Second chance opportunity doesn't drop. And Tynes there for the jump ball with Dawkins, and the Mystics will keep possession. And a timeout will be called by Holland College. And that's the last timeout of the half for Holland College, still with 5.5 minutes to play. As we show you Zach Dawkins' work so far in this game. 8 points, 2 rebounds, a couple of assists so far for Dawkins. Again, wasn't in the lineup yesterday. Big block there on Ben Kearney as well. Relatively clean game as far as turnovers go between these two teams. Although the Hurricanes, with 11 points off of turnovers, contributing to their 14-point lead here, but we have been stuck at 33-19 since the Anthony Leckie three-pointer almost 2 minutes of game time ago. And I mentioned it yesterday during the broadcast, Tim Kendrick likes to milk as much time off of the timeout clock as he can. Nice inbound there by Tynes to Titus, who draws the foul. It's on Zach Dawkins. First foul of the game on Dawkins. And there's our first point in almost 2 minutes of game action. And Titus goes 2 for 2, cuts the lead down to 12. Tomlinson down low for Ford. Back up top, Jason Tomlinson. Into the middle, Dawkins. Nice bounce pass to Ford. Misses the shot, though. Tynes back the other way. Gets into the middle for Kearney. Back up top for Cromwell Wright. Thought about a three-point shot. Now drives the lane, goes down hard, and draws the foul. Foul on Jason Tomlinson that time. And Cromwell Wright will go to the line to shoot two. Again, the leading scorer in the conference. Nothing but net on his first attempt. So free throws chipping away at the lead here for Mount St. Vincent. And Khalil Smith will come back into the game for the Hurricanes. Jaden Martin on the far court into Khalil Smith in the corner. Rossiter, long range three. Spencer Rossiter opens it up again for the Hurricanes. Cromwell Wright directing traffic for the Mystics. Stops, shoots, jump shot doesn't drop, and now it's Jaden Martin back the other way. Up ahead for Rossiter, maybe thought about another three-point shot. Khalil Smith will take one. From the corner, doesn't go, and now Kearney, after the rebound, up ahead for the Mystics. Tynes, nice feed back into Kearney. Unable to get the layup, but Keegan Farron there for the rebound, and he'll take a foul. Nothing going Mount St. Vincent's way right now. Four starters on the court for the Mystics. Again, Adam Callahan, the lone starter, not on the court because he's got 3 fouls. Rossiter, another three-point shot. cashes in again. It's a 16-point Hurricane lead, back-to-back 3-pointers from Spencer Rossiter. Titus now finds a lane, goes in, doesn't get the bounce, and Ford with a big, strong rebound. Smith now waits out Chase Tynes up ahead for Dawkins. Dawkins stops, fadeaway shot. Zach Dawkins gets it to go. He's into double digits. And we get a timeout called by Mount St. Vincent. Have to think there's a Spencer Rossiter highlight package coming your way. The back-to-back 3-pointers. It wasn't even close to the 3-point line on the first one. And the second one, he's so good at getting the ball, pulling the trigger off balance on the move. We've seen that so many times from him this season. Shooting over 33% from beyond the arc coming into this game. Rossiter up to 12 points now. He's 3 for 4 from beyond the arc and also has 6 rebounds. His 6 rebounds lead all players in that category. .49 seconds separating the two Spencer Rossiter 3-pointers that you just saw. Again, brought to you by Jordy running the controls for you on the screen. Defensive pressure applied by Jaden Martin temporarily. Now he'll back off and concede half court to Chase Tynes. Bounce pass into Isaiah Cromwell-Wright. Pocket picked there by Khalil Smith. And I think the near official was going to point Holland College's way, but I think the correct call was made. I think it was off of Khalil Smith's hand and out. Tynes, bounce pass again to Cromwell-Wright. Wright spins and shoots, draws the foul on Khalil Smith. Four fouls now for Holland College in the quarter, so next one will give Mount St. Vincent the bonus as Cromwell-Wright misses the free throw. Shoots 82% from the line this year. Misses both, though. Holland College maintains an 18-point lead now. Rossiter thought about another 3-point shot. Finds its way around to Dawkins. Dawkins off the screen. Nice pick and roll there. Vashon Ford finishes it off after a nice feed by Dawkins. Now Tynes watched by Martin. Tynes bounce passed into Evan Castle. Castle draws the foul. Waiting to see if that's going to be on Ford or Smith. It is on Vashon Ford. And now Evan Castle to the line to shoot 2. Only shooting 60% from the free throw line. Makes good on the first attempt, though. Castle 2 for 2. As big Owen Parsons will check back into the game for Ford. Ford's at 2 fouls in the game. Jaden Martin to Dawkins. Dawkins, stutter step on Tynes, spins, gets it back to Martin. Fakes the shot into the corner for Rossiter. Gets around Cromwell Wright. Looking for the give and go. Nice defense recovery there by Cromwell Wright as Dawkins now in. Lost the handle on it, goes up with the shot. Beats the shot clock. Miracle shot there by Zach Dawkins. Opens up a 20-point Hurricane lead. Evan Castle, corner three, rims out, and Parsons can't handle the rebound, but Ben Kearney knocks it out of bounds. Look out, Spencer Rossiter for three. That one's short. Rebounded by Smith, who throws it away. I think Khalil Smith tried to get too cute with a no-look pass, and it's an unforced error off of a nice rebound by Smith. Castle, long-range baseline two, cashes in that time. Right in front of the Mount St. Vincent women's team. Dawkins stops and shoots, and once again, it's Zach Dawkins making short work of the shot clock. Kearney blocked by Dawkins, who takes it away. And Dawkins and two, and Zach Dawkins. Titus over to Cromwell Wright. Right back to Titus for three. Nate Titus cashes in. He had 4 yesterday and is on the board with 1 here this afternoon. Holland College leads by 19. All of a sudden, we're at 1 minute to go before halftime as the scoring reaches a fast pace. Rossiter lost the handle. Smith for three. That's off the mark. Dawkins went up for the rebound. Cromwell Wright takes it away. Over to Titus. Titus cuts in. Tynes behind the back for Castle. I don't know if he was expecting it, though. Maybe 1 possession left for either team. Martin content to let the shot clock go down. He'll pop up. Long range. Missed the rim entirely, and now it's Titus back the other way. He'll give it to Tynes. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. As Tynes over to Titus. Titus, he'll go up for three again. Can't get the shot to drop. Strong rebound by Tynes. Over the shoulder pass. It's bouncing around. Parsons comes away with it. Rossiter spins and shoots. That's well off the mark at the buzzer. But the Hurricanes pour it on offensively in the first half and are ahead with a commanding 19-point lead at the break. And that is important as we see the first half highlights. We'll give you the out-of-town update. Crandall defeating Mount A 88-72. So Crandall improves to 6-8. Holland currently at 5-8. A win would tie them with Crandall in the standings, but again, Crandall has the tie break. So Holland absolutely needs to keep pace here. We'll step aside from the mic for a few minutes, collect our breath, get some stats, and rejoin you in a few minutes' time as we enter halftime here in downtown Charlottetown. Holland College up 49-30 at halftime.
put it together. There it is. Free throw. Got it to the line. There we go. And for three, we got it right there. 3 for 3, making it easy. You made your three-pointer, but he got there first. Round of applause for John and Keegan going head-to-head. Little Caesars Pizza. Thank you, Little Caesars.
Welcome back, everyone, as we get set for second half action here in Charlottetown. The visiting Mount St. Vincent Mystics and the Holland College Hurricanes. Hurricanes up 19 at halftime, but you got to think if there's one team who can pour it on offensively in a hurry, it's Mount St. Vincent. They have 5 players in their lineup who average double-digit points per game, and several players who, as we saw in the matchup yesterday, can shoot the three. Now, it is the three-point shooting that's become a story for the Mystics. They're only 2 of 13 as a team through the first half. Chase Tynes leads the team with 8 points. On the Holland College side, you have Zach Dawkins with a game-high 16, Spencer Rossiter with 12, who also has a game-high 6 rebounds, and then Jareel Tomlinson with 10 points. Didn't see a lot of Tomlinson in the second quarter. 11 minutes played for Tomlinson in this one. I feel like maybe 9 of them were in the first quarter. But the Hurricanes, again, up 19. Worth noting, too, both those three-pointers for the Mystics came in the second quarter. And the Hurricanes will have the first possession of the second half. Zach Dawkins, again, leads the game with 16 points. Didn't play yesterday, so he could be a big difference for the Hurricanes today, especially in the second half here. As here's Quentin Martin controlling the play to Dawkins. Rossiter right back to Dawkins for 3 on the board early in the second half. And the Canes now lead by 22. Mystics need to find a stop defensively here. Tynes for Callahan for 3. That's a little long as the three-point woes continue here for the Mystics. Martin for Jareel Tomlinson. Gets around Cromwell Wright. What a move that was by Isaiah Cromwell Wright. .24 is the lead now for the Hurricanes. Tynes thought about a three-pointer. Chooses to take his time, dishes it to Keegan Farron. Callahan. Got to think the Mystics are going to look for him to shoot some threes here in the second half. Shot by Callahan goes up. Hurricanes back the other way with it. The Mystics now 0 for 2 offensively here in the third quarter. Tomlinson for 3, off the mark. And Callahan back the other way. The Mystics need to get some traction here offensively. Struggling at both ends of the court as the pass through the hands of Tynes. And the Mystics now 0 for 3. No points so far in 3 possessions here in the third quarter. Quentin Martin directing traffic. Parsons in the corner. He goes up for 3. Little off the mark. And now Cromwell Wright battling with Dawkins. And Dawkins is going to get called for the foul. Definitely some contact initiated there. And Holland College's bench issued a warning now. Saw Mount St. Vincent's bench get issued one in the first half. Tynes up top for Callahan. Callahan spins in the paint, dishes it off to Keegan Farron. Farron trying to outmuscle a couple of defenders. Rossiter called for the foul. Only his second of the game, but Hurricanes up to 2 already in the quarter here. Tynes wide open. Adam Callahan in the corner for 3. Sorry, they're going to call that a 2-pointer. His toes were on the 3-point line, so a long 2 for Callahan. Back up top, Quentin Martin, Jareel Tomlinson now. Tomlinson charges in. I think they're going to get Kearney. Well, they're going to get Chase Tynes for a push. Kearney was the one who went to the ground, so I thought the foul was going to be on him. Inbound goes to Parsons underneath the net. Trying to muscle his way in, draws the foul on Keegan Farron. And Parsons will go to the line for a pair of free throws. Parsons 1 for 1. Hurricanes now lead by 23 as the Mystics again scrambling to try and find some offense as well as some defense. Parsons goes 2 for 2. And here comes Callahan. Up top, it's Farron. Farron dishes it back to Callahan. Callahan thought about a three-pointer, leaves it for Cromwell Wright. It's off of him and out of bounds. He just lost the handle on it. Uncharacteristic turnovers here in the third quarter by Mount St. Vincent. Again, Mount St. Vincent coming into this one on a 12-game win streak, but that is definitely in jeopardy now. Spencer Rossiter, another corner three-pointer, opens up a 27-point Hurricane lead. Mount St. Vincent hasn't lost since November 2nd at UNBSJ. In terms of scoring defense, Mount St. Vincent came into today ranked second defensively as a team, right behind Holland College in terms of overall scoring. Now, keep in mind, Mount St. Vincent has played one more game. I don't have the points per game in front of me, but it's a difference of about 70 points. But again, that 12-game win streak in jeopardy here. Holland College back in action next weekend at St. Thomas, and then close the season out at home against UNBSJ. Both of those teams well ahead of Holland in the standings. Holland actually ranks 5th in terms of points for per game. So big offense here from the Hurricanes, but it's Leckie, his second three-pointer of the game. Still lots of time for Mount St. Vincent to work with here, but again, they need to start generating some stops defensively if they want to have a hope of getting back into this one. Dawkins, corner three off the mark. Jarrell Tomlinson with authority on the putback. All of the momentum with the team in Garnet right now. Tynes goes up with the layup. That misses. Farron goes up. Second chance opportunity. Third chance blocked by Tomlinson, but it's going to get called for a foul. Tim Kendrick is incredulous. Tomlinson is going to get called for the foul. And Farron misses his first free throw. Here's the Dawkins three-pointer miss with the Tomlinson putback. Farron makes the second shot, and he'll get subbed out for Nate Titus. Titus actually averages 13.3 a game. He's only started a pair of games this season, coming off the bench both games this weekend. Martin harassed there by a couple of defenders. Thought it might be a backcourt violation. Somehow it's not. Parsons misses the three, though. So the Mystics come out of that unscathed. Callahan back for Leckie. He's had the hot hand for 3 in this game with 2. Misses that one though. Now Tomlinson covering a lot of ground in a hurry. Leaves it for Martin. Rossiter back up top for Martin. Canes lead by 25 now. Quentin Martin had 25 points yesterday. Unable to capitalize on that one. Now Kearney uncontested. Left-hand layup drops. Dawkins over to Rossiter. Fakes the shot. Leaves it for Dawkins. Over to Jareel Tomlinson. He'll go up for a 3-point shot off the mark. Rebounded there by Kearney. Now Tynes has it. And in the middle for Kearney. Lost the handle on it. And a heads-up play by Kearney. Bouncing it off of Owen Parsons and out of bounds. And after that heads-up play, Kearney will head to the bench as the conference's leading scorer, Isaiah Cromwell-Wright, checks back in. Tynes for Callahan for 3. Callahan struggling to find his footing from beyond the arc, and the foul is going to be called on Nate Titus for getting his hands into the back of Vashon Ford. Now Jaden Martin will bring the ball up the court for the Hurricanes. Over to Durrell Bedminster, back to Martin. Vashon Ford up top for Bedminster. You know the Hurricanes will want to see a lot of the clock tick down here halfway through the third quarter. Dawkins in again, blocked there by Chase Tynes. Up ahead for Leckie goes Titus. Tynes now, nice bounce pass to Leckie, outweights the defense and draws the foul. Big block by Chase Tynes. Maybe that's going to be a momentum shift in this game. Mystics down 23. Trying to get back into this one. As Leckie airballs the first free throw. I was about to mention he'd been one of the better shooters for the Mystics today. Can't make either one. And now the Hurricanes look to take advantage of the misses by Leckie. Jaden Martin up top for Bedminster. Bedminster not using the dribble. Into the corner, Jaden Martin for 3! And the Hurricanes lead by 26. Don't know if many people would have had this on their bingo card coming into today. 12-2 against 5-8. And Nate Titus, Mystics bench, wanted a foul call on that as well, but Titus will take the basket. Ball got lodged in behind some signage, so they'll stop play to retrieve it. And Jaden Martin off a big three-pointer a moment ago. Off to Jareel Tomlinson, back to Martin, over to Bedminster. Bedminster fakes the pass, directing traffic, leaves it to Martin. Martin now, watched by Cromwell-Wright, into the middle for Dawkins. You know he's going to do something with the ball in his hands. Fadeaway shot, falls short. Ford gets the rebound and goes up with it and gets it to drop. It sends the lead back to 26. Titus fakes the shot. All the way back up top, Leckie into the corner, Cromwell-Wright for 3. He's really struggling to shoot the ball today, Isaiah Cromwell-Wright, the conference's leading shooter, or leading scorer, excuse me. And here's Chase Tynes, two-hand slam for Chase Tynes. And we'll get a timeout called by Holland College after the clean break by Tynes. So it's a 24-point Holland College lead. As you see the dunk there by Tynes. He's got to be careful hanging off the rim. That can be a technical in the ACAA. Cromwell-Wright 1 for 7 shooting in the game. Again, uncharacteristic from the conference's leading scorer. Zach Dawkins up to 19 points in the game now. And again, as a team, Mount St. Vincent shooting 3 of 17 from beyond the arc now. Also struggling from the free throw line, 11 of 19 with the foul shots. And I think the shooting percentages have a lot to do with the difference in score. Mount St. Vincent shooting 29%, Holland College shooting 52%. So a big difference in the game has been the shooting of both teams. Like you said, Mount St. Vincent struggling to find their groove offensively. One of the better teams, averaging over 90 points a game, I believe, coming into this one. Scored 95 yesterday, but appears as though they're going to fall well short of that. But and here's Callahan, long range 2, off the mark, and Vashon Ford gets the rebound. Martin now over to Bedminster. Bedminster off the screen from Tomlinson. Ball goes off the leg of Tynes. Callahan picks it up. Stripped there by Bedminster. Titus picks it up. Leaves it for Tynes. It's a 3-on-1 on Dawkins. And Dawkins will take the foul. Three of the top scorers on the Mystics in on a 3-on-1 rush. Maybe Dawkins is smart to take the foul, especially with the Mystics going 11 for 19 so far from the free throw line. Tynes, nothing but net on his first shot. And misses the second. Rebound off of Ford and out. Whole lot of subs incoming for Holland College. And some confusion by Holland College defensively, left Lecky with a wide open 3. Nice no-look pass from Tynes on the inbound. Nice pass there by Titus to Lecky, who makes up for it on the second chance, call it a third chance opportunity off the inbound. And in the middle goes Parsons. Parsons back for Jaden Martin. Back up top for Bedminster. Canes lead by 21. Still somehow doesn't feel like the Mystics are out of this one. As Bedminster extends the lead to 24 with a big three-pointer. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Lecky, another long range 2, misses. Jaden Martin in on Lecky, gets it to Bedminster. Another 3-point shot. Bedminster can't go back-to-back. Cromwell Wright takes the rebound up ahead quickly to Lecky. Leaves it for Titus. Into the paint goes Titus. And yeah, waiting to see the call from the officials. They're going to count the basket. I was waiting to see if it was a shooting foul or a foul on the floor. They're going to give Titus the and one here. And misses, so Parsons comes away with the rebound. Again, no one from Mount St. Vincent in there to try and rebound. But the basket does cut into the lead. Now 22-point lead for the Hurricanes. Down low goes Parsons. Backing his way in on Tynes. Bedminster off the screen. He'll go in, trying to draw a foul. Tomlinson battling for the ball. Titus comes away with it, up ahead quickly for Lecky. Bounce pass picked off there by Jaden Martin. Johnny on the spot. Read that play the whole way. Now here's Rossiter for 3. And Spencer Rossiter, guess what? Has another 3-pointer for the Hurricanes. It's another 25-point lead in the final minute of the quarter. Titus will walk in. That falls short. Wright battling for the rebound. I thought that was off of Rossiter and out. Cromwell Wright pleading his case. And the second official comes in and does make the correction. Again, from my vantage point, it looked like that was pretty clearly off of Rossiter and out. Speaking of Spencer Rossiter, talk about the Mystics struggling from beyond the arc. Not Spencer Rossiter, 5 for 7 in the game. 15 of his 18 points from the three-pointer. Justin Grant for three, cashes in. Cuts it to 22 with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Rossiter, and I thought he was going to go up for another shot. Maybe he should have, the way he's shooting. He's called for the travel. Tynes will take possession of the ball. No shot clock now. So the Mystics, maybe they'll look for one of their three-point shooters to cash in going into the quarter break. Tynes content to let the clock go, and he'll draw the foul. It's going to be away from the play. Darrell Bedminster called for the foul, and Tynes will go to the line to shoot two. And again, with the way the Mystics are shooting from the foul line, maybe it's not a bad idea for Holland to use the bonus. Take the foul, send a Mystic to the line.
6, Darrell Bedminster charging the foul. His first. 6 Tynes to the line.
Tynes good on his first attempt again. And it's interesting, a lot of times on their second shot, the Mystics don't put anyone in to rebound. Hasn't paid off for them so far because they've missed a lot of their second shots. Right on cue. Hurricanes there for the rebound. Looked like it might be another backcourt violation. And Bedminster draws the foul. No bonus though, so it'll be another inbound for the Hurricanes. 1.1 seconds, so I'm not generally a betting man, but I would count, I was going to say I would count on Rossiter to take the inbound, but he's actually going to do the inbounding. Martin up with the shot, well off the mark, but the Hurricanes take their lead to 21 going into the fourth quarter. So the Mystics, with a lot of work to do with 10 minutes left, will step aside, let the teams figure out their strategies, and come back in a minute or two for the fourth quarter of play. And as we get set to begin the fourth quarter of play here in Charlottetown, Holland up to a big 21-point lead over second place Mount St. Vincent. Now this, if the score holds like this and Holland's able to come out with a win, this would have a lot of implications in the standings. It would give UNB a shot possibly at second place, UNBSJ a shot at second place. They're 2 games back of Mount St. Vincent. A win would tie Holland in the standings with Crandall. Again, Crandall has the tiebreak, so Crandall would technically be ahead in 4th place. And a backcourt violation. Miscommunication there, Paris and Tynes. Tynes not happy about it. And Roster inbounds to Jaden Martin. It's Darrell Bedminster in the near corner. Up top, back to Martin again. Martin leaves it there for Bedminster. Bedminster now cuts in. Does he beat the shot clock? They're going to say no. Looked like he settled the ball in his hands when he was going up as the buzzer sounded. Cromwell Wright goes up, and the rebounded by Tynes a couple times, finally gets it to go. Again, Isaiah Cromwell Wright really struggling offensively in this game. The conference's leading scorer, his average is going to drop significantly unless he has an offensive outburst here in the last 9 minutes of play. It's a 19-point Hurricane lead. They have possession. That's Parsons backing in. Hook shot goes over top of Titus. Times. You can expect to see the ball in his hands a lot in the last 9 minutes here. Titus gets around Jaden Martin, goes up with it over top of Parsons, so those two go back and forth, return the favor. Bedminster harassed by Justin Grant. Still at the midcourt logo, finally gets it over to Parsons. Up ahead for Martin. Martin slices in. Off-balance shot, draws the foul on Mackay Paris. Looked like Martin was going down a bit on his own, but there was some contact during the shot.
All Parsons to the bench and placed on the floor, number 13, Michelle Fuller.
Jaden Martin to the line now to shoot 2. Nothing but net for Jaden Martin.
Number 7, Mackay Paris, is the team's first in the quarter. Martin at the line to shoot 2. Now shooting the second.
And Martin goes 2 for 2. And he'll get subbed out for his brother, Quinton. Quinton had 25 points yesterday, but yet to find the score sheet here this evening. As that's Paris for Grant. Another 3-point shot. Justin Grant gets it to go. And he's got the hot hand now for the Mystics. 2 3-pointers in the 4th quarter for Justin Grant. Bedminster, near far side for Rossiter. Rossiter tripped there by Tynes. Managed to get a pass off to Quentin Martin. Martin, he cuts in, tries to get a shot up, still yet to find the scoreboard. But the Canes still lead by 18. Mackay Paris fakes the 3-point shot. Grant, long range 2, just short. And Rossiter collects the rebound. He'll settle things down. Again, up 18. You know the Hurricanes want to milk a little bit of clock here. Watch for them to work it down low for Vashon Ford or Jason Tomlinson, but Rossiter unable to cash in for 3. Bedminster on the rebound misses. And Bedminster hits it out of bounds. As we get Zach Dawkins checking back into the game. Tynes in on Dawkins. Grant, another long range 2 off the mark again. Rebounded there by Tynes. What a pass by Tynes to Grant. Grant's got 8 points in the quarter, and the lead is starting to get chipped away at here. Vincent now trails 16. Stolen there by Tynes. Dawkins coming up behind him. Another nice pass by Tynes, and I don't know if there's going to be any argument from anyone in the gym on that foul to Zach Dawkins. And Mackay Paris will go to the line to shoot 2.
That's his third, team's first of the quarter.
And I believe Holland College is going to call a timeout here. Again, they've led by as much as 27 in this one. Now they only lead by 16. And with players like Justin Grant heating up, Chase Tynes seems to have an extra gear here in the fourth quarter. Could that be trouble for Holland College? If you recall, 2 weeks ago at home against Mount Allison, they saw a big lead almost disappear in the late stages of the game. Worth noting too, Chase Tynes, I believe he's still the leading scorer in the game for Mount St. Vincent. But has a number of good assists here in the fourth quarter. And the league leader in a lot of different categories coming into this game. Mackay Paris. Makes his first shot. It's a 15-point Holland lead now. And Paris goes 2 for 2. And again, still lots of time left, over 6.5 minutes. Mystics need some stops defensively, and that's not how to do it. And Quentin Martin may be showing a little frustration there. Again, he hasn't hit the score sheet yet offensively. Nice bounce pass to Jarrell Tomlinson there. Tomlinson turns it over, and now it's Titus. Up ahead for Tynes. Tynes into the corner for Grant. Grant for 3, and Justin Grant has Mount St. Vincent back in the game. They now only trail by 11. Mystics need another stop defensively to stay in this one. And it is another turnover. Tomlinson couldn't handle the pass. And Cromwell Wright draws the foul. And momentum is starting to shift here in the MCCE. Fourth foul on Vashon Ford in the game. No shooting foul, no bonus, so the Mystics will keep possession. Nate Titus into the corner. Paris for 3. That's off the mark, and Ford, they're in a hurry to collect the rebound. So the Hurricanes unscathed after another turnover. Rossiter from Martin. Good switch there defensively by the Mystics. Martin behind the back to Parsons. Down low looking for Ford, and it's going to be a foul on Isaiah Cromwell Wright. What a pass by Owen Parsons, faking the shot and trying to find Ford down low. Third foul of the quarter already on the Mystics. 5.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hurricanes lead by 11. Martin inbounds it, bounce pass to Parsons. Rossiter for 3. A little long, Ford with the rebound. Dawkins, nice feed to Parsons, who goes up with it. and puts it home, and the Hurricanes once again lead by 20, or by 13, excuse me. They have led by as much as 23. And that's Isaiah Cromwell Wright for 3. He's a guy that you don't want to get hot if you're Holland College. And turnover forced there by Paris. Tynes has it back the other way. Just as it back, Cromwell Wright looking to go back to back. Rebound knocked away. Back in for Titus. And knocked out of his hands by Rossiter. It's a 10-point game. And Adam Callahan coming back into the game for Vincent. We haven't seen a lot of him because he's been in foul trouble. But a really strong three-point shooter for the Mystics. Again, who have momentum now. They've trailed by as many as 27. Can make it single-digit deficit on this possession. Wright goes up. Couple big blocks there by Owen Parsons. And it's a shot clock violation. Thanks to some strong defensive work. 1 block, 2 blocks by Owen Parsons. The veteran doing it defensively for the Hurricanes. Keeping it at a 10-point lead for Holland College. And Callahan with the turnover. Up ahead to Kearney. Had Justin Grant going to the net, decided to drop it off. Here's Tynes, drives in. He draws a foul on Parsons. And Tynes will go to the line. It'll be on the floor, I think. And thanks to Jordy letting me know, all of Justin Grant's points are in the second half. 11 points for Grant. Again, a big reason why the Mystics are back in it. So Tynes is going to go to the line to shoot 2. I thought they were calling it on the floor. But it is a shooting foul for Tynes. And Tynes misses the first free throw. As that continues to be a developing story here. 56% from the free throw line are the Mystics. And Tynes goes 0 for 2. Rebound off of Quentin Martin and out. And Cromwell Wright will inbound. I wonder if there's a play developing for Callahan to take a three-point shot here. Shot clock winding down. Cromwell Wright goes up. That was off the head of Kearney. He wasn't looking for it. And now it's Martin with it for the Hurricanes. Still up 10 with 4 minutes to go. But a little bit of panic maybe setting into the Hurricanes here. Rossiter misses the 3, and it's Cromwell Wright looking to cut into the lead, but Parsons picks his pocket. Dawkins gets around Callahan. In on Kearney, gets the pass off, but I believe we're going to get a foul called on Ben Kearney. No, they're going to call Callahan. And Callahan up to 4 fouls in the game now, so that's a player to keep an eye on. And Owen Parsons getting subbed out. He's had a really good fourth quarter. Forward, back up top for Dawkins. Dawkins trying to get around Callahan. Looked like he stepped on the sideline, cuts in, goes up with a shot. Tomlinson gets the rebound, tries to give it to Ford and draws another foul. That's on Chase Tynes. And Tomlinson will be able to maybe extend the lead here. Hometown roll for Jareel Tomlinson makes it an 11-point game. Holland College does have the benefit of the bonus now, so Mystics with no fouls left to give. 12-point Hurricane lead. Tynes, nice feed into Titus. Titus draws the foul, so the Hurricanes up to 4 in the quarter. They have none left to give. Titus, good on his first attempt. Can cut the lead back to 10 if he makes his second. And misses the second, so the free throw shooting again. A story here for the Mystics. They've had plenty of opportunities as well. Rossiter, he gets to the hoop, misses the layup. Tynes comes away with it. Under 3 to go, Chase Tynes in, takes the shot, misses, gets the rebound into the corner for Callahan. Cromwell right for 3, cashes in, and the lead is down to single digits. Hurricanes lead by 8. As Cromwell Wright coming alive here in the fourth quarter. Martin in on Cromwell Wright. He'll go up with the shot. Can't get the shot to drop. Still looking for his first points of the game. As Nate Titus back the other way. Leaves it for Tynes. Behind the back for Titus. Titus over to Cromwell Wright. Nobody in the paint for Manson Minson. Everyone behind the three-point line. Callahan will go up with a shot. That misses. And the Hurricanes will look to slow things down again. 2 minutes left, up 8. Martin harassed there by Grant and will draw the foul. So Martin will go to the line to shoot 2. Second foul of the game on Justin Grant as Owen Parsons comes back into the game. Quentin Martin to the line to shoot 2. Misses the first one. We saw this become a story in the game against Mount A 2 weeks ago. And 0 for 2, Quentin Martin. Those could be 2 huge missed opportunities for the Hurricanes. As Cromwell Wright again for 3, a little long. Rebounded there by Kearney. To the ACAA leading scorer. Cromwell Wright draws the foul. And they'll have a chance to cut into the deficit here. Parsons guilty of the foul there. As Chase Tynes got about 25 seconds of rest there in between the play. And they're showing that's 5 fouls on Owen Parsons in the game. So that's a big loss for Holland College. And Cromwell Wright missing another free throw. (17 of 32 are the Mystics from the free throw line after that make by Cromwell Wright. It's a 7-point game. Rossiter lost the handle on it. And it's a foul on Chase Tynes. That will send Rossiter to the line to shoot 2. 90 seconds left. Hurricanes up 7. And rewind to about 40 minutes ago, it looked like Holland College was going to be able to cruise their way to a nice win here. A lot of tension in the MCCE now as their lead is only 7. And they led by as much as 27 as far as I can remember in the second half. Manson Vincent has put in work in the fourth quarter. Rossiter misses the free throw. Mystics have outscored the Hurricanes 22-8 in the fourth quarter. Rossiter goes 1 for 2. And we're going to get a timeout called by Mount St. Vincent.
Mount St. Vincent.
As we show you some of the clips on Justin Grant's resume in the game. Again, 11 points, all of them coming in the second half. 3 3-pointers in the game for Justin Grant. Big reason why Mount St. Vincent has been able to claw back into this one. But if you look at the box score, Holland College, you go quarter by quarter, 26 points, 23 points, 23 points. Only 9 points in the first 8.5 minutes of the fourth. And that is a big reason that Mount St. Vincent has been allowed to hang around and come back in this game. Isaiah Cromwell-Wright has come alive in the fourth quarter. I believe he only had 3 points coming into the quarter. He's got 13 in the game now. And he is among the 5 Mystics who will take the court on the other side of the timeout. Each team with 1 timeout left. Mystics will have possession here in the offensive court. 14 on the shot clock. Both teams with the bonus as well, as Callahan, quick release on the 3, misses, but a big time putback by a big time player, Chase Tynes, and the lead is 6 for the Hurricanes. Tomlinson pulls that pass in, gets it down low to Ford. He goes up with it and misses. And down 6, the Mystics can cut into that again. Justin Grant, corner 3 off the rim, and Ford controls that for Holland College. Up ahead goes Rossiter. We're in the final minute now of a 6-point game. And that's a foul on Adam Callahan. And that's his 5th, so he is out of this game. And Callahan takes a technical on the way out as well. So maybe undisciplined play by the veteran Callahan. So Rossiter will take the free throw for the technical. 58.6 left, and that could be a costly foul technical combo here for Adam Callahan to take. Rossiter makes him pay on the first one. And Rossiter will now get his 2 free throws from the initial foul. And short on the first attempt is Rossiter. Still a 7-point lead now. And Rossiter makes it. And Mount St. Vincent will use their final timeout. Down 8 with 58.6 left to go. Chase Tynes leads the Mystics with 16 points, but 21 points by Spencer Rossiter has gotten the Hurricanes up to this 8-point lead. Again, they led by as many as 27 late here in the second half, but Mount St. Vincent has poured it on offensively and defensively to at the very least make things interesting here at the end. And I think someone from the Mount St. Vincent bench must have said something after the timeout. There was another technical foul assessed to the Mystics bench. So Bedminster will shoot another one. And it'll be Dawkins to take the free throw. Dawkins, nothing but net, so it's a 9-point game. So a pair of technical fouls for the Mystics in quick succession could be very costly here. Both technical fouls actually coming with the same time on the clock, so according to the game sheet, it'll be 2 technicals in 0 seconds. Tynes inbounds to Titus. A lot of three-point shooters on the court for the Mystics. You're going to need it to get back into this one. Cromwell Wright goes up for one. Looking to draw the foul, doesn't get one. Misses the shot. And now Dawkins up ahead. Back for Bedminster. Now Rossiter. Back for Bedminster. Still a 9-point game. Dawkins playing keep away here. And finally draws a foul. And Zach Dawkins, who just made a big free throw a moment ago, will go to the line twice. Makes it a 10-point game once again, maybe putting this out of reach at this point. And you have to wonder how big those technicals might be looming as Dawkins misses the second. Titus was looking for Grant, picked off by Ford. And you hear the Mystics bench calling out no fouls, so they're maybe willing to concede this one at this point. Bedminster pressured there by a pair of Mystics and draws a foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Cromwell Wright, the guilty party there. 15 seconds left. Things are looking pretty good for Holland College at this point, up 10. Bedminster can extend the lead once again. Does just that. Yeah, this would be a big win for Holland College to keep pace with the Crandall Chargers. As far as record goes, they'll be tied for 4th place in the standings, but a big, maybe season-altering upset win here for the Hurricanes as they snap Mount St. Vincent's 12-game win streak with a big 87-75 win. And they'll count that basket at the end. So I need to correct myself, 87-78, as Nate Titus made a buzzer beater 3-pointer. So a 9-point win. But again, a big win for Holland College as they stay in the top part of the standings at 6-8. Splitting the weekend with Mount St. Vincent. So thank you for tuning in for all 7 events here this weekend at the MCCE, basketball, volleyball. On behalf of Jordy and Noel in the booth, thanks for spending your weekend with us here at Holland College. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the final 2 home games of the regular season.